Hi, hi. There was a lot of unrest in collective about what is going on today. Should you be afraid or fearful of a deep state and all the products, byproducts that are in news articles, whatever you have online? If such as uh, if such of that was true, why do they need your appliances? Why do they need devices? Why do they need Muppets? If that was a fact that they were already that far along. Can I give an example? If everything has to be science based, tested, etc., and there's a clue tests. We have seen examples of tests being done that were diluted, tinkered with, partialized to create an illusion of a truth. Yeah, but when we saw the full truth, it had nothing to do with what they claimed it was. Another example, if you look at declassified documents online, and they have been doing this, that, and the other behind the scenes, and you look at the basics of it, it's basically same old pilot tricks. Yeah? And they haven't gotten any further. If they needed to lure in people, yeah, let's say people were so far advanced or advanced enough like me for the longest period of time. If somebody would have plucked me off the street and said, "You are going to sit down and you are going to do your tricks," me being a mirror, an empath, yeah, um, and they would interrogate me or let me do tricks, my tricks would be limited to my surroundings. So I would mirror back behaviors, thoughts, dark agendas, etc., whatever they already basically wanted to be projected. That doesn't make it truth. That is just a repeat. That's a feedback loop. An energetic feedback loop. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. If that was being written down as scientifically proven evidence for additional further future testing, yeah, see where this is going. Research has been, yeah, the outcome of research, of a research paper, etc., for the longest period of time was flawed based on uh, if I'm looking for a certain outcome. uh, I had an article or a news item popping up about ADHD or something, and then the med for it, and symptom disease, where they would give the patient drugs, or several types of drugs, to see which one would click and have an effect. And the outcome of the results should be, they were hoping for them being cured, having cured the disease, the symptom, or stuff like that. Anyway, what it boiled down to later on, when they researched the research, yeah, was that they never looked at several outcomes. So, what would happen if they would wean off a person? Would the symptoms pop back up? Are there additional symptoms due to, yeah, how do you call it? When you're getting off drugs, yeah, you get a certain reaction, kicking off, yeah, channeling as I'm going. Anyway, yeah, that gives reactions. But if they tie that to, oh, that's a new symptom, duh. But tie that to, oh, it's due to the person, not to what you are giving the person, and that is your test result. That is your quote unquote research, then that research has been BS. If with that similar expertise, sarcasm, yeah, they with the same expertise testing quote unquote new materials to get you interacting, hooked up to something and inspire you or have control over you, yeah, then that is flawed AF. Yeah. So it's a freaking basically optical illusion. So you don't have to fear them. You don't have to fear that new technology. That they are fearful or in the know-how that they of this, basically, that something is up, something is flawed, yeah, or might be, and they want and need control through our devices and laws. That is another level or story, but it's a telltale of what they have, what they not have accomplished. Yeah, so don't freaking fall for the also. Another hint was that geo or that counter warfare media video hype, yeah, where counterterrorism was placing certain news as fact, but it wasn't, but it is. Ground yourself. Namaste.